Hey everyone, and welcome. We're going to take a quick tour through this week's Tri-Launchpad newsletter, hitting all the highlights, the big stories, the best advice, and some seriously inspiring moments. So let's dive right in. The newsletter kicks off with this line, and it just perfectly captures the vibe of this week's issue. It's all about community, getting inspired, and finding your own place in the sport no matter where you're starting from. So here's what we've got on tap. We'll start with some incredible stories, then get into some massive changes happening in the triathlon world. After that, we'll talk practical gear tips, answer a few questions from you guys, and then wrap up with how you can take that next step yourself. First up, the good stuff, the human element. These are the stories that remind us exactly why we love this sport. It's not always about the finish line, right? It's about the journey and the people you meet along the way. Okay, get this. This is an absolutely incredible story. We're talking about test pilots from the Redstone Test Center. These are folks who live and breathe precision, and they applied that exact same mindset to take on an Ironman. And we're not talking about a solo mission here, no way. It was a team of 4 of them. This was a total group effort built on keeping each other accountable and motivated. And honestly, that's such a powerful lesson for all of us. So what's the big takeaway here? It's that their success just proves the immense power of having someone in your corner. So the newsletter's challenge to you this week is to find that person. Seriously, it can make all the difference. And check this out, another absolute gem from this week's issue. This quote comes from Ollie Ollerton, a former SAS officer, and it's so good. We're our energy, not our age. He's all about the idea that your mental game is what truly defines you, not the year you were born. What a mindset to have, right? The newsletter also shared some fantastic wisdom from the community. You know those moments on race day when everything just goes completely sideways? Well, it turns out those disasters often become the best stories we tell for years. It's all about embracing the chaos and finding the humor in it. All right, let's switch gears a bit. We're moving from personal stories to some huge industry-wide changes. The whole triathlon landscape is shifting, and these developments are going to affect every single one of us, from total beginners to seasoned pros. Okay, listen up, because this is huge. World Triathlon and the PTO, that's the Professional Triathletes Organization, are teaming up to create a brand new world tour. Think of it like this. We're going from a really fragmented system to one massive, cohesive global series. It's basically one clear ladder for everyone to climb. So why should you care? Because this whole new structure, which kicks off in 2027, is designed to make the sport way more accessible. It's creating a much clearer, more welcoming path for all of us age groupers and newcomers to find races and really get into the sport. And speaking of new opportunities, if you're looking for a new race to put on your calendar, here you go. Ironman is launching a brand new 70.3 race down in Barranquilla, Colombia. The first one is set for June 7th, 2026. What a chance to mix a tough race with an amazing trip to the Caribbean coast. Okay, let's get practical. Inspiration is awesome, but you gotta have the right tools for the job. This section of the newsletter is all about the nitty-gritty, the gear, and the prep you need to have a great race day. First up, shoes. The newsletter took a look at the CDT5 Air. So what's the deal? Well, the big win is its quick-drying material, which is fantastic. But here's the crucial thing you need to know. It's really built for narrow to medium feet. So it's a great shoe, but maybe not the one for you if you need a wider fit or you're all about those lightning-fast transitions. And of course, the race day packing list. We've all had that nightmare of forgetting our goggles, right? The newsletter featured a super helpful checklist, and here are the main buckets. It's all about having a system, from your swim gear to your bike stuff, right down to your post-race towel, so you can focus on the race, not on what you left at home. Now for one of my absolute favorite parts, the community mailbag. These are real questions from athletes just like you, getting some real expert advice. Let's see what was on everybody's mind this week. Here we go. A classic question from a first-timer. They're not looking for the fanciest, most expensive stuff, just solid, reliable gear that won't break the bank. This is such a smart question and probably one a lot of you have been thinking about. And the advice from the newsletter? It's gold. First things first, safety. Get a helmet that fits you perfectly. Second, for things like pedals and shoes, check out a brand like Shimano. You get fantastic bang for your buck. And third, and this is so important, learn how to do basic stuff like fix a flat tire. That skill alone is priceless. Okay, next up is a question that hits on 2 huge hurdles for newcomers. That intimidating swim and, not wanting to do it all alone. This athlete is feeling both excited and terrified for their first 70.3.
So what's the plan?
The advice is super simple and totally actionable. Step 1, join a club. It is the fastest way to find people to train with. Step 2, get in the pool and work on your technique. Bilateral breathing is a game changer for open water. And the final action step, don't put it off. Go to a meeting this week. Just do it.
So we've covered a ton of ground: inspiration, big industry news, gear, community questions. Now for the final piece of the puzzle, which is turning all this information into action for yourself.
And that really brings us to the core question of the week. After hearing all of this, are you ready? Are you feeling inspired to finally start or to sign up for that race you've been thinking about? Or maybe just take your training up a notch?
And the cool thing is, the newsletter doesn't just leave you hanging with that question, it actually gives you a tool. Try Launchpad has a free readiness assessment that can help you figure out exactly where your perfect starting point is. It's a real first step you can take right now. And that's a wrap on this week's highlights. We've seen how powerful community can be and how the whole sport is changing to welcome new people. Really, the only question left is the one the newsletter asks all of us. What's your next step going to be? Thanks for tuning in, and we'll catch you next time.